Before we begin Policy Week here at the Parenting for Congress campaign, I thought it would be helpful to revisit my story and why I decided to run for Congress. I was born in Pinellas County and raised in Tarpon Springs, and I was brought up in a Republican household. I was taught that if you have the right attitude, you take personal responsibility, that there's nothing that hard work cannot accomplish. And that makes perfect sense because my father lived a classic rags to riches story. His parents, my grandparents, were born in Italy and they came over through Ellis Island and were very poor, did not know the English language. But he was able to go to college and eventually studied law at Columbia University in New York. And he became a very successful trial attorney. And I thought my life would take the same arc. I studied business at the University of Notre Dame and worked as an auditor for the government before starting my own tax consultancy in 2007. And we had a lot of success. But someone said to me once that there are two types of people in the world. People who are humble and people who are about to be. And I was about to be. In 2010, our little girl was born with severe medical challenges. And before she turned 1, she would lose her life. That was a huge blow to me and my family. And then in 2013 and 14, my tax consulting business had a situation and my family almost lost everything. And for about 3 years, I was in a very dark place. I felt that life had dealt me a raw hand. But eventually I started to see that there would be gifts that would come from the trials. I learned that in a profound way that life is really hard and that I didn't have the control that I thought I had. That I'm not that important and my life is really not about me. I came to understand that unless we are led through journeys of powerlessness, that we would always abuse power. And I started to believe that I was being prepared to be a leader for my family and maybe even my country. And I started to reflect upon the opportunities that I had been given. I had every opportunity growing up. And there I was at the precipice, really struggling in a huge way. And I thought, if that could happen to me, that could happen to anybody. And how much more we have a responsibility as a nation to make sure that we all have an opportunity to succeed. And so I decided that I would run for Congress as a Democrat to be your representative.